That looks like there's going to be a big battle going down shortly. I've got Black Orcs occupied to the left, but he's facing off against my General's unit with two other Orc and Goblin units. I've got a Savage Orc BSB in the General's unit, along with the Great Shaman himself, and a couple of Trolls backing up. Which unfortunately the Trolls are failing their stupidity test every single turn, which is quite annoying. But there you go. Next photo, things really getting straight into combat. This has been a great game just for combats. I'm so used to non-engagement with the High Elves, but here you've got the Black Orcs finishing off the... they've wiped out some Savage Orcs. Well, the Savage Orcs have run behind the Arrow Boys, if you can see that in the photo quite carefully. The Black Orcs have pretty much destroyed everything in their path. They're about to wipe out a pump wagon. My Night Goblins in the foreground are just getting some pot shots against his Forest Goblins, Spider Riders. Same with the unit of two Savage Orc Bull Boys that I've got left there. In the mid-ground there, you can see my General's unit against his big unit of Orc Boys with the Black Orc BSB there, and the Trolls are in combat with his Black Orcs, the Giants still raging away against the Night Goblins on the far side, just turning into be a fantastic game. Next photo, you can see that in a bit more detail. The Night Goblin Shaman and the Goblin Spearman unit is just hanging back, using Itty Ring, doing some spells, and the Giants having his way there. And in the main combat, what actually happens... Go to the next photo for that. I've got a Savage Orc BSB and he's got a Black Orc BSB. I issued a challenge, he accepted, so it was Battle of the BSBs. Really epic Orc versus Orc combat, just deciding who's the stronger, the Savage Orcs or the Black Orcs, and it turned out to be my guy. I had an Ironback Boar and Martog's Best Basher, and I actually just totally dismounted his Black Orc. I unboard him. I took out his BSB, and then the rest of the combat was mine. The Savage Orc Shaman, +2 to casting rolls, everything was fine there, and I absolutely hammered him. So that was really good. Meanwhile, the Trolls being battered away by the Black Orcs, slowly losing the combat there. The Night Goblins getting destroyed by the Giant, but at least I've taken the center of the battlefield. The Goblin Spearmen with their Night Goblin Shaman just moving away so they can't get charged by... They're not fleeing, by the way. They've turned around and started moving out of the forest so they don't get charged by the Giant in the following turns. Next photo, the Giant destroys the Night Goblin, so I lost, what, 60 points there? Well, plus Fanatics, but Giant having a good time. In the meantime, the Trolls are barely holding the line there. Next photo... the Black Orcs have destroyed the pump wagon, but what happens here is he charges my flank with a unit of Arrow Boys and actually kills several of them. And this was a very tense roll because I nearly lost the entire combat just for being flanked here, because the Orc Boys did so well with the rolling. But luckily I passed, allowing me to move over my Black Orc Big Boss on foot in the following turn to really show him who's boss. So following turn, if you look carefully in this photo, you can see a big Orc with a massive chopper, double-handed chopper in the middle, and that's the character in that particular Black Orc unit. So that allows me to move over and start just dismantling this Arrow Boy unit and show them, who the real Orcs are. His Savage Orcs in the foreground have rallied as well, so they'll be getting a piece of it straight after these Arrow Boys have had their fun. Next photo, the General's unit turns back around. The BSB is charged out of the unit to attack a Bolt Thrower crew because he's frenzied. The Black Orcs, the enemy Black Orcs, have taken out a Troll. There's still a Fanatic alive and running around, and the Arrow Boys are trying to get a few shots off, but nothing too much is happening there. Captured a banner. Next photo, game's just about over. The Forest Goblins in the foreground have run away. I've been having a lot of bourbon at this point, as you can see from the cans. Well, that's just 2 of the cans I've consumed at this point. And real good ruck of a game. That's almost it. We'll go to the next photo. We can see the Arrow Boys, I think, measuring range for a Fanatic or something, or me trying to charge with a Fanatic. At any rate, this General's unit didn't quite get into combat with the Black Orcs. If you go to the next photo after this, the Black Orcs turn around, the General turns around. There aren't enough turns left to complete that particular combat. But there's obviously the Giant in the background there as well. And I think what happened in the end was the Giant charged the General's unit and actually... attacked it in combat, and I think I might have recalled them actually killing the General's unit with their Giant, actually managing to sew up a lot of points, obviously. But in the next photo, you can see the Black Orcs just bringing it home by killing another unit of troops here, wiping out the Savage Orcs and stealing their banner as well, if they had one. I can't remember if they did, but did well there. Following photo, here's what happened. The Giant charges these General's unit, Savage Orcs, in their flank, and actually managed to rout them because he just devastated the unit with a really good roll. And that was pretty much it. Next photo, you can see the Giant by himself in the middle of the field. I've got the Black Orc still alive. He's got even a Black Orc still alive. but he's lost so many characters. I've got 2 characters left on the board. He's got no characters left on the board, and he's only got roughly the same amount of troops as I do. So it ended up being a bit of a victory to my lot of guys. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, not often that I'll be doing a Orc versus Orc battle report. So yeah, get the most out of it while you can. I might be doing some more battle reports soon, but just taking it easy for now. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys later.